Hi everybody and welcome back to Epic Specials. On today's episode I'm going to be showing you how to make your daily epic. So first things first, you're going to need a daily. Now this is my new daily. It is a 1989 Nissan Sunny, or Pulsar in other countries, 1.6 GS spec. That means you get the lovely velour seats, power windows, power steering, and that's about it. Now this is a pretty mint example, minus the bit of repair work that's going on with the bumpers at the moment. But it has no rust. The bodywork is really clean. You can see I started taking bits and pieces apart, ready to make this video. So in order to make your daily epic, first off you need to have a daily that's a little bit special. There's no good having something like a Polo or a Lupo because they're just boring and no one likes those. So you don't want to be trying to make one of those epic because it's just never going to happen. Doesn't matter how much money you spend, it's always going to be a Lupo. A good way to gauge if your daily is worthy of being epic is if you if you go on eBay and search for coilovers. If you find cheap coilovers real easily, then your car's far too common and it's not worth bothering with. If you can't find coilovers for your car, then perfect, because you mean you've got something special and something that not everybody else has got. Right, let's have a look at some of the bits I've collected. So, we've got some all-important coilovers. Now these aren't even for a Sunny, these are for a Series 1 Subaru Impreza, which I will be showing you how to modify and make them fit on a Sunny. Got my chain link steering wheel there that I made in a previous episode. That still needs finishing off, so that won't be going on today. Some suitably epic wheels. Nice bit of dish. They are 13x8 ET0 Alley Cat Rally Specials. I've had these wheels now for 10 years and I won't ever sell them, they're just awesome. What have we got in here? Some little number plates. Jap size rear plate. All important rear number plate bracket. You can see I've had that one a while. And if I can get them out. These are some yellow headlight bulbs. Over here, got some nice polished stainless steel pipe that I'm going to be using to turn into a rear back box. I like to make a shotgun exhaust, so I'll be showing you how to make that later as well. And this little bit of plastic down here is a front lip. This is a rare as hen teeth Sunny ZX front lip. You can't get hold of them. This is my second one, and the first one I had I fitted to a previous Sunny because I've had a few of them. And annoyingly, the person I sold the car to lost it in the snow, and unbelievably messaged me going, "Where can I get another one?" Well, you can't, they just don't exist. So this one will never be going anywhere. Even if I get rid of the car in the future, I'll be taking that back off. So these coilovers I was talking about before, like I said, these are for a Subaru Impreza. The lower bolt PCD is actually the same as a Sunny, and through trial and error in the past I found out that a Sunny is exactly the same as a Bluebird, and also 200SX and Mark II, Mark III Golf, and legend has it, if you actually paint these pink, there'd be a direct fit on a Lupo. Okay, so you've seen the car, you've seen the bits you're going to need, so let's get cracking. Okay, so I've jacked the car up, I've taken all the wheels off, so first things first, I'm going to take all the standard suspension off. Sorry if the view's a bit restricted. I haven't got a lot of room down this end of the driveway, but I'll do my best to make sure you can see everything that's going on. Okay, so once you've removed all the standard suspension, you want to move on to making the Subaru coilovers fit the car. Now the way I've gone about this is, these are the front coilovers, these are the rears. Now the front coilovers came with these camber adjustable top mounts with them, but the PCD of those is quite large, whereas the top mounts for the rear coilovers was quite a bit smaller. Just as a comparison, so you can see how much larger the front ones were. Now these are a lot closer to the standard size of the Sunny. So I've used these and I've elongated out the top holes on the top strut. I'll just go show you. So to get those top mounts to fit, all I needed to do was just elongate this hole and this hole ever so slightly. You can see it's not a lot. And now those will bolt straight up and no other modification required to the top mount. Now, you need to do a little bit of massaging of these lower brackets because this bit isn't quite wide enough to fit over the standard Sunny hub. So you need to spread them somehow. The way I do this is simply getting a hammer and smashing the hammer down in between the two, and that spreads it just enough to make it wide enough to fit onto the Sunny. And then that's all you need to do to make the front ones fit. Now to make the rears fit, obviously you've stolen the top mounts off them, so you need to do a bit of recycling. So you need the top mounts off the standard struts, which look like this. That's the standard rear struts, so I've stolen their top mounts. You have to do a bit of modification to these. Now they're a funny old design, these Sunny ones, because they're like in 3 pieces. So you got this odd top bit which sandwiches this little bush in there. So you want to take this bush out and you need to drill that hole out slightly bigger so that'll fit over the coilovers like so, because that won't fit unless you drill it out a bit. And then this piece is all one piece, but see these 3 holes, those are 3 spot welds, and if you drill those 3 spot welds out, you can separate these 2 pieces, because this bit you don't need, that's the original spring purchase. So all you want is that bit, the rubber bush, and this bit, fell apart. You get these little top spacers / washers with the coilovers. You need one of those on there, and then you can fit the standard Sunny top mount like so. Then you can put the standard bolt on, and once you've nipped it up tight, that coilover will now fit straight in the rear with just the same massaging to the lower bracket. You just need to spread it slightly, and that's it. That's literally all you need to do to fit super impressive coilovers to a Sunny. These are the easiest coilovers I've ever found, other than buying direct fit ones. Because if you want to spend all the money, you can buy some GTIR Sunny coilovers and they will just bolt straight on, no problems at all. That's what I've got on my other Sunny. But these were 230 quid for the full set, and I think that's an absolute bargain, because they're ride height adjustable on these lower brackets. You can adjust the spring preload, and they've even got adjustable dampers. And I think that's an absolute bargain. And these are made by Max Peeding rods. So they sound funny, but they're good coilovers. I mean, I had these on my S12 Sylvia for 2 years and they were absolutely spot on. So for the money, you can't complain. I've just found a better way to spread these lower brackets instead of smashing the hammer in there. What you want is a 24mm socket. Probably won't stay there with one hand, but I'll do my best. But that nice big hammer, smash it in there. You want to tap it all the way to the bottom, and then that's it. That spreads it enough. Handy little tip. Okay, so that's the first front one installed. As you can see, lower bolts line up lovely, and the top mount fits spot on. You can just see where those holes are elongated. Oops. And obviously they're set to their lowest, because if you try to fit coilovers and they're not on the lowest, what are you doing? So all the coilovers are fitted, and this is what I've ended up with. Now I had to actually raise the rear coilovers quite a bit just to get the wheels on, and I'm going to have to go up a tiny bit more just because I don't want to flare the arches anymore. I want to try and keep the arches standard. So I'm going to lift it to match the front, but I need to get it off the driveway because the driveway is quite wonky at the moment. It's absolutely decked. So the nice thing with these coilovers is you don't have to touch the spring at all to lower the car or raise the car. It's all done by winding the shock body in or out of this lower bracket. So I'll try and show you. So I need to go up a bit more. So make sure these two collars are locked together so you can use them to wind the whole shock body. And as you can see, the whole lot's going around. If I free that one off, it should turn with it. And you'll see that it winds out of that lower bracket, and this is making the entire shock assembly longer, so therefore raising the car. And obviously if you wind it the other way, you'll lower the car. Unfortunately I have got to raise the fronts now, as I raised the backs up and I let it off the jack, drove up the drive and got completely stuck. I beached and the front arches were just digging into the tyres. So up it goes. How boring. Years ago I would have just flared arches, added camber and made it work, but this is actually a really nice car, and as it is my daily, I really can't be bothered smashing sumps every week. It was fine when I was 19, and you could go down the scrapyard and get all the bits you needed because these cars were 2 a penny and they were always up there. But now they just don't exist. So unfortunately, up it goes. Okay, so this is the ride height I've ended up with. Not too bad. Oh, not ride height, arch gap. It looks bigger there because the driveway is swampy. I promise that it is pretty even. I'm happy with that fitment. It needs to be driven and let the springs settle a bit, so it'll probably sag and then I'll have to lift it a little bit more. But really happy with how that sits. The tread just inside the arch. Lovely. Right, so I've spent a couple of hours playing around with the suspension now, so it's time to move on to the next step. So we've got epic wheels and we've got epic lows, so now we need an epic exhaust. Get rid of this nasty old bag of crap. So I've got some lovely polished stainless steel. I'm going to chop that in 2 and make that into a shotgun style back box, and I just got some mild steel to connect it up to the original exhaust system. So let's crack on with that. Now I've been a complete bellend and forgotten my welding mask. So what you see next is not me trying to be cool, it's just me trying to not burn my face and not go blind. So that's the exhaust done. Now I cut my stainless bit into two. I joined them together and I made a collector. And then used the marred steel pipe just to connect it up to the standard exhaust there. And I've used a bit of threaded bar to make an exhaust hanger so I can bolt it up tight. Next up, I'm going to be fitting the front splitter. Okay, so the front splitter is on, and I've also popped on the small number plate. What a transformation it makes. I think this is such a cool splitter for a factory one. Love it. Okay, so the last job today is going to be fitting up the rear number plate bracket, which is this, and then bolting on the rear number plate. I kind of forgot to press record, so ta-da! It's fitted. So there we have it. How to make your daily epic. Epic lows, epic wheels, epic aero, epic everything. Oh yeah, epic exhaust. There we have it. Job done. Right, we're all done. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you again next time. Cheers.